It's 7 a.m., so bright and shiny, and we've just woken up to our last day in China. Actually, the last few hours
in
possibly.
China.
So we've now packed up everything. The room's a mess because we've just checked that we've not left anything, hopefully. And now we have to get down to the street and figure out a way to head to the border.
You've taken everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just checked out. We also got 100 yuan in cash from the lady at the reception, who also said she liked Shish's really big eyes. And you know, the timing of this is always so crazy. Whenever we have like a very nice conversation with people, the camera is always off. So it's always such a struggle to share this with you. But people here have been super friendly. They've been very nice.
We have to get some water before heading to the border.
It's hard to believe, but it's 7 in the morning and it's already 30 degrees.
And the angle of the sun feels like as if it's 10:30 or 11 in the morning.
Yeah, it's super strong. But the only good thing about this weather right now is that there's a lot of wind blowing
Yeah.
and it's actually a bit cool right now.
Mongolian winds. Got some water. Let's go. We're now in our taxi. This will take us till the border. It's about 3 kilometers from here.
Okay, Shishi. Want to ask her? We have now made it towards the border and we're struggling to get a ride across, but we'll try once at the gate. What we've understood is that we need a vehicle and the vehicles are very, very expensive.
For a 4-kilometer journey, they're asking us to pay 1,200 Indian rupees.
Which is
100
a
yuan.
lot. Hello. We're in the vehicle now. Shish. It's so crazy. We have just made it to.
They've just made it to the Chinese side of the immigration.
Shish.
To Mongolia.
Yes.
Mongolia, okay.
Mongolia.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh. She just told us that she'll take us all the way to Mongolia. Just got done with Chinese immigration. And back in the car.
So we're now inside the car. We just finished immigration on the Chinese side. It was super quick, but there was a long queue to get to the counter. And he did ask us a few questions about our time.
Yeah, he asked us how many days we were in China, and then he asked us what all cities we visited in China. They're closing the back.
Some kind family offered to give us a ride to the border. So this is super helpful. Otherwise, it's so crazy
I
expensive.
couldn't believe it at all.
Yeah.
Like that this would happen.
This family is Mongol. So,
But her home is in China.
oh, okay.
Yeah, she's Mongolian, but she's in China. What is your age?
What's up?
You 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How old are you? 11. Oh, big boy.
Did that lady speak to you about something?
She said, no money, okay, no money, okay. And I asked, in Mongolian, you Zamiin Me home China, me Mongolia.
Well, friendly so far. That's so nice of them.
They're just checking our passports now. We have stopped at one of the security points.
It's not possible to do this on foot. This is actually the first time we're driving through no man's land, right?
Oh, we did that in one more border. Tanzania, Burundi, and somewhere else we hitchhiked in the border with the immigration officer's car.
Yeah, Tanzania, Rwanda.
Rwanda. Mongolia! Here we come! We finally made it to Mongolia! By new Mongolia!
So we've just made it through immigration and finally welcome to Mongolia.
Yay!
Or as they say here, bye now.
The immigration on the Mongolian side was super smooth. They just asked for the passport and the visa and then they let us in.
So just a couple of clarifications. If this information is useful to any travelers watching it who might come on this journey. On the Chinese side, immigration was super smooth. Typically, they ask a lot of questions about what you've done in their country. So we also got those questions. We answered them. And then about 5 minutes later, they got us stamped through. And then once we came across no man's land, which also took another few minutes by road, I think it's about 2 kilometers the distance in between. So once we got across, we came here to the Mongolian side. And here all they had, okay, Shish is a bit small. All we had to do was give them the e-visa which we had on our phone. We didn't even take a print of it, and the e-visa we had applied for when we were in China, so it took about 3 days to get that approval. It's actually one of the most affordable e-visas we've got in a long time.
Actually, the visa fee was 0, but the processing fee was 400 Indian rupees.
So it makes it pretty nice. Anyways, it gives us 30 days in the country. Now it's the start of July, so we have the whole of July to spend in Mongolia, and we just have to get now to the vehicle again, and we have a 5-minute journey across to Zamiin Uud, which is the first town. So,
and right now we are in the Gobi desert, and every time I hear the word Gobi, I feel like eating Gobi Manchurian.
anyways, we are here now. Welcome to Mongolia with us, and we'll see you very quickly in the town.
Stamp, Mongolian stamp, and they're checking again at the security at the border, our passports and the stamps.
The Mongolian immigration office is actually really cool. Like, I thought it would be much smaller than the Chinese one, but it was actually even more grander than the one, right? Pretty fancy. So it's not that remote after all. And now it's the last stretch to the town of Zamiin Uud. So Zamiin Uud is the first settlement here on the Mongolian side. And what we've understood is that there's a train station, and there could likely be a train today to go from here to Ulaanbaatar. Our plan is to get to the capital city and then plan our journey across the country. We've done zero planning as of now. Oh look, a train. There's a train, and it has containers on it which says Panda. Just a bit confused as to what is happening. The lady who brought us in the vehicle, she's now asked us to follow her to this building. Looks like there's a restaurant here, but then we're going upstairs. We're somewhere in the city, in the town center, but we haven't gotten a chance to step out yet. It's all feeling a bit strange. Totally confused as to what is happening here. But this lady who drove us across the border is just being super nice. Like she brought us to a restaurant now and she wants us to have food. But then she's already given us a ride till here, so we don't feel so good taking anything more. Like we told her, no, we're good. But I don't know what is happening. She's now just disappeared. So I'm very confused.
Yes.
But her son is here.
Sprite color.
No.
Two.
Bayer Lala?
Come on.
Your name?
Agi.
Agi.
Got hello.
Gotmelor. Me Navi. Shish.
Shishi.
Sisi.
Shishi.
Navi.
Oh.
This is so nice. Already our first experience of Mongolian hospitality.
She's just treating us to breakfast. We've got some rice, egg, and some veggies. I still can't believe this is happening.
I mean, we had missed this side of travel so much.
Yeah.
In China, it was so difficult with the barrier, but here in Mongolia, things are starting to seem a bit familiar again. Kind of reminds us of all the kindness we used to experience in Africa and Central Asia, especially Central Asia. Namaste.
Namaste.
Welcome to Mongolia.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lala.
Bayer Lala.
Tebe in Haideka. Irene Sungu out of the other heart it would in the other Bagani Pichet at the Gotamata of Jara.
Oh, you are so special people because my sister is service to you. Welcome to Mongolia.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste. Your sister is very nice. She's very kind to us.
Yeah. Training ticket is 10 days no help.
Oh.
No help. Then my sister is today.
A lot is happening right now. We'll explain it in a moment. Our friend has just brought us to the train station. This train station looks so cool. It's got like this really interesting architecture. Like it reminds me a lot of stuff that we've seen in Kazakhstan with the whole partially Soviet, partially Stanish architecture.
For me, from far, it looks like a big church.
Sitting plane is also fine. Bye bye.
Oh my god, a lot has happened in the last 1 hour. I'm still digesting everything one by one.
We are trying to gather the words to tell you what just happened, but it's proving to be a bit hard. The story begins actually way back in China. Not way back many days ago, but just a few hours ago. But it feels like so unreal that all of this happened in the last 2 hours that we don't really know how to even express it. But this woman that we met just now, the one you saw in the video, she's actually a person who drives people across the border between the two cities, like Erlian and Zamiin Uud, which is in Mongolia. And when we were at the border, like about to enter, the security guards told us that without a taxi, we can't go in. And then we said, could we please get a lift from anybody who's going till the immigration office? And when we stood there, he said, yeah, no problem. Don't have to pay any money. And the first car that pulled up was this lady. And oh my God, the moment she saw us, she said, come. She didn't ask.
Come. No money, no problem.
She-
And then she was like smiling widely, and then she welcomed us into her car. We drove till the first immigration office, the Chinese side, and then we thought, okay, she might drop us here, then we will have to figure out our way out. So we were like, thank you, and
We
everything.
took our backpacks off the
Yeah.
vehicle, prepared to, find another ride after we'd finished immigration on the Chinese side. But then she waited for us. She waited for us as we stepped out of immigration with the stamp, and she was like, come.
Yeah.
And then we go to her, and she's like, we have to go to immigration on the Mongolian side.
Mongolia immigration, yeah. And then she brought us again till the Mongolian immigration side. Again, she waited till we finished all our procedures, and then she finally brought us to Zamiin Uud.
It was still very confusing because there were other people also in the vehicle. It was a big Mongolian family, and when we reached Zamiin Uud, the town, the first town in Mongolia, she immediately drove to a hotel. So we figured she's dropping them off there, and they all got off. But then she told us not to get off, but to continue sitting. And then she said, "I'll drop you near Vauxhall." Now, from the little bit of Russian that we still remember, Vauxhall is the train station, which is the one you see behind us
Yeah.
here. So this is where we wanted to come anyway, and it's like the core town center.
So we said, okay,
We-
Vauxhall is where we wanted to go.
And we understood that if we want to get a SIM card or withdraw any cash, the Vauxhall office is where the ATMs as well as the SIM card stores are located. So we figured that makes complete sense. But then when she brought the car here, she drove us here, and when she parked, she said, "We're going to go Num Num." So
She said, backpack here, num. We
So-
said, okay, fine. She has done all this favor for us. Let's just accompany her for her breakfast.
yeah, because she was traveling with her son. Her son was accompanying her for the border
Yeah.
crossing today. We went to a restaurant. They ordered their food, and then she asked us what we'll have. We said, no, we are vegetarian. We're totally fine, because it was mostly a meat-heavy restaurant, we thought.
Yeah.
But then we said we have noodles in the bag. We are good with that. And she was like, no. You must have something.
So and then she fed us breakfast. Then she was asking where we want to go. We said we want to go to Ulaanbaatar. We know that there's a train at 6 o'clock in the evening. After breakfast, we go and buy the ticket.
She said, no, it's very hard to get the train tickets. Let me make some calls. And then she started making a few calls. She first offered to take us in a taxi all the way to Ulaanbaatar. And we actually weren't prepared for that much of an expense. So we mentioned to her that no, the train would be better for us, and maybe we'll even hitchhike if that doesn't
Yeah.
work for us. And she was like, no. And she tried to speak something in Mongolian, which we struggled to understand. She immediately called her brother who lives in Ulaanbaatar. And then she began to translate through him because he spoke English. And he was just repeating to us that his sister was very insistent that we, as her guests, travel on the train or the taxi, whatever ticket we are able to find, or if she can put us on a taxi of one of her friends, she wants to take us to Ulaanbaatar without us having to pay for it. We were like stunned. It's not a small distance, it's about 600 kilometers.
Yeah. It's like 15 hours on the train. That's crazy.
And then through her brother, we actually understood what all of this was. One of her other siblings actually lives in India, and they are in Mongolia. What we have realized is that most people here are still very faithful Buddhists, and for them the Dalai Lama is very important, and for them to know that somebody is from India itself seemed to make them so happy. And she kept showing us pictures of Buddha, she kept showing us pictures of Dalai Lama, she kept showing us pictures of the monasteries of Dalai Lama in India. And when we told her that Bangalore, where we are from, our hometown, is only about 3 hours away from the second biggest Buddhist monastery in India, which is Namdroling,
Monastery.
she was so happy. Like, we showed her pictures of when we visited there and did our prayers and everything, and she was so happy. She said, it's for Buddha that we do kind things to people. We learn to do good things in Buddhism. And she showed us a Buddhist band that she was
Yeah.
wearing on her wrist and her ankle. And then she told us, you are my guest. I want to do this for you. Please let me do it. And then, even though we were so insistent that she's doing so much already for us by dropping us across the border, she's like, no, I want to do this for you, please. So somehow she forced us to agree to it, and now she got us tickets for the train.
A sleeper class ticket. We had a budget to just go on the sitting train. We tried to pay using our Visa card, but she would just say no and push her hands. And it's not even a small amount, it's a huge amount, and I still can't believe that this happened.
It's barely the second hour in Mongolia. Just the second hour of meeting Mongolians, and this is what is happening. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Just did so much for us, and it was so hard to do anything back. And she was trying to take her son to the doctor for some treatment,
Yeah.
and she's like, I would love to stay and talk, but I have to take this boy.
Doctor.
And then she just left. But then, uh, so we're so like touched.
Touched. So it's 11 o'clock now. We still have about 7 hours to spend till our train leaves at 6 o'clock in the evening. So I think we'll just sit down. I think there are some seats in the train station. We'll just sit, rest for a while.
Maybe walk around.
Yeah.
We don't know yet. We also saw somebody who looked like he was Indian. So maybe there are other tourists in town today.
We just got some Mongolian turgik in cash. And look how nice it looks. It's all fluorescent and colorful.
So this is a 10 Tagrik note.
So this is a 500 Tagrik note. It has Genghis Khan on one side, and on the other side you can see bullock carts pulling out a yurt camp. It's so strange. And this note is worth about 12 Indian rupees.
Or about 15 US cents.
The smallest note we got was a 10 Tagrik note. And it has this person on this side and horses on the other side. We have to be really careful because the 500 note and the 20,000 note, they look so similar.
But this
20,000
one's worth like 12 rupees and this one's worth like 500.
Yeah. So we got this at the bank, which was right above the train station. We're now in the ticket section of the railway station. I think we have found good seats and we're going to settle down here for a while.
There's free Wi-Fi and there's air conditioning. And our friend, before she left us, gave us the contact details of her brother who's in Ulaanbaatar. And she also said, when you get there, make sure to contact him. And we just also got a confirmation from our couchsurfing host, who happens to be from India. And he invited us to come stay there. It's all happening a bit at the same time. But on some level, I would like to say thank you for the birthday gift universe. And to all those kind friends from YouTube who've sent birthday messages, thank you so much for that as well. So we'll pause this vlog here and we'll catch up in the next one, hopefully on the train. So we'll see you again in the next vlog.
Bye.
Bye.